Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial I'm going to show you a couple things. I am going to show you how to make some awesome pillow wraps that basically just go around the tummy of a pillow and are super easy to change out seasonally or by occasion or by color or style or whatever you would like. I'm going to show you that. I am going to show you how to create like almost some shading, and I'm going to show you how to make things three-dimensional. So, should be fun, super easy. As you are hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, feel free to sprinkle all that good stuff. Okay, so what we're working with are pillow wraps. They're really nice finished canvas. They're from MagnoliaDIY.com. I'm not sure if they're currently in stock or not, but when they are, you should grab them. I use these all the time, and I believe they come 2 in a pack. So let me show you what I've got going on. This is my most favorite pillow wrap of all time. And I created this using this awesome stencil that was part of one of the monthly craft clubs, and some black ink, and then I added a third dimension by using little bits and pieces of Dollar Tree flowers that I took apart, glued back on, and then of course I added my favorite vintage mother of pearl buttons. And this is sitting on my fireplace hearth all the time. I don't know if I can ever take it down because I seriously love this. But we're going to make another that is kind of a sunflower pattern. It kind of looks like daisies. It could be whatever flower you want it to be. And we're going to be doing it in white and gold with mother of pearl buttons. I tried the little pieces of flowers and those didn't look good. And in case you're wondering, what is this? This is the this is the 18 by 18 canvas pillow cover that you can get from MagnoliaDIY.com. This is what it looks like, just with a pillow inside of it. And it's so great to just add a wrap. Okay, so before I came live, I've been working on this project because I didn't want you to have to wait 4 hours for everything to dry. And first thing I want to tell you about is basically I took this bottom half of this stencil that says hello sunshine, super cute. You know me, I love all over patterns. I think they're the most versatile stencils that you can get. And I love this all over pattern. I'm going to use it a ton this summer and fall. Okay, so I took it, I put it on my pillow wrap, and then I used this white Magnolia Design Company ink. And I have let it fully dry. I'm going to show you how to heat set it, and then we will move on to the next step. And if we weren't gluing buttons onto it, it could totally be washed. Okay, so I'm just going to lay my pillow wrap here on my ironing board. I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper. It's fully dry. I'm putting a piece of parchment paper on top to protect my iron. I have my iron set on cotton, no steam. And I've already done some of this, but I'm just going to go over it for 2 or 3 or 4 minutes, moving my iron around. And then it will be heat set. And I think it's important to heat set your project before you do the next layer. Okay, so for the next layer, what we're going to do is we're going to mix up, whoops, this is the wrong thing. We're going to mix up a combination of ink that is gold with the ink that is called white glittering ink. Okay, but before we go there, because it'll be hard to manage, I'm going to do the buttons next. So I would basically lay my stencil down, but I'm going to shift it over to the side and slightly up. And this is, let me see if I can show you a spot where you can tell. It's hard to see in this video, but it looks like it almost has a shadow because the first layer, the white, is kind of down and to the side. All right, so we'll add this in just a minute. But let me show you what we're going to do with the rest of it. So this is what the rest of my pillow wrap looks like. And I am going to mostly just put the buttons on the front. Okay, and what kind of buttons am I using? I am using my favorite Vintage Mother of Pearl buttons, but you could do this project with black ink and then do yellow over the top and then do yellow or black buttons. You could do black and brown buttons. You could do red and white do white buttons. It could totally be whatever you would like. And I am going to use my very messy low temperature hot gluing device from Surebonder. You can get for super inexpensively, like $10 or less. And I'm using regular Surebonder glue sticks. I'm not using the special ones designed for fabric because they're a little bit more expensive and also they're unnecessary. I'm not going to ever put this in the washing machine. So let's pick out a couple of buttons. I just went through my stash. And I want to throw on some big ones first. And then I'm going to fill in with littler ones. I want a big variety. Okay, so let's just start right there. You could also sew your buttons on if you want, but heck, that takes a lot of time. And this hot glue works just fine if you ask me. If you notice that a button has fallen off, you can just re-glue it. And I have multiple pillows, including this one. This is just one of many of my pillows and pillow wraps that have buttons on them that are doing just fine. And I'm turning the little buttonholes. On some of them I'm turning them one way, on some of the others I'm turning them sideways. It's too big. So where can you find Vintage Mother of Pearl buttons? That's a great question. I found most of mine at antique malls. I've purchased a few from various dealers online, but mostly I'm just always looking, always looking. And when I when I find a jar that's reasonable and they're mostly mother of pearl, I don't want plastic buttons. I just want, you know, ones that are made of shell. Then I will grab them. And I have a couple here that are fun shapes that I pulled out. So let's throw some of these on. So for some of these, I'm going to have a combination of smaller buttons, and I think it'll give it a ton of personality. Looking to see where I want the next. It's going to be so cute. Oh my goodness. I could go on and add, I could add some lace. Isn't it cute? What do you guys think? Do it this or this, if you like it. And let's go on to the last step here, which this is going to be a real short video. And let me show you how to do that, that shading. So like I said before, get rid of the glue strings. This side here just has the white layer. It's fully dry, and I've heat set it. Now I'm just going to look right here and see which side is the shading to, and I have the shading to the left. So trying to figure out where the pattern repeats. It repeats right there. So I want the shading to be to the left. And don't worry if you don't get this matched up perfectly, you'll never be able to tell. Okay. I'm just mixing up my little concoction in a paper bowl. And I just wanted the gold here to be a little muted and a little more sparkly. And that's why I opted to add the white glittering chalk paste. White glittering ink, sorry. Let's put this on. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to put some plunks on here. What do you guys think so far? It's going to be so pretty, and I will, of course, get some good pictures. Let's see if dark enough. Yes, it is. Well, I could use maybe a little bit more. Gold. Few little spots with more of the gold. Okay. It is so pretty, and I love the shading. Okay, so this is going to go over here in my tub of water. Get my fingers cleaned off. And when it is fully dry, I will heat set it. I don't want to mess it up. I will heat set it, and then I will add buttons to probably about this much of it so that the button front goes all the way around to wrap the edges. Catherine says that it's so pretty, just her style. Yeah, but like I said, if you want something bright, you can totally do that, and you don't have to use vintage buttons. You can use whatever color combination appeals to you. I just love the idea of an all-over pattern stencil. This is like my favorite things. Pillows, buttons, cream, a little bit of metallic, and all-over pattern flowers. And I'm totally in heaven. I think it's going to be beautiful. And so if you would like my list, my supply list, buttons, you know, what kind of hot glue did I use, what the colors of ink are, where do you get this pillow wrap, where do you get this pillow cover, all that business, just let me know. You can say supplies or something, do this or this. Feel free to sprinkle all that good stuff and come back later. I'll put pictures in these comments. I'll also just put them on DIY Dreaming. Hope that you have a